Hey guys, Landon Rich, Weekly Wisdom. So, been thinking about hours of operation, adjusting them, and how to set them. Right. So, obviously, if you work for a big corporation, a big client in a BPO, they're going to have their standard hours of operations of customer support, of tech support, of billing, of stuff like that they have across all of their websites, their points of touch to the customer, right? Facebook, social media, stuff like that. So that's going to dictate, obviously, your hours of operation as a BPO and as a call center. So, but one thing that you should always be doing as an operator, right, is especially from a BPO standpoint, is giving feedback to your clients, right? So on your own, don't wait for them to come to you with, oh, hey, look what we found. You as an operator should always be trying to find ways to better optimize your client's time and money, right? That's good partnership. It's good, makes good business sense. And look, it's going to win you more business. If you have that type of mentality, and you're giving your clients back money and time, granted it may cut down on your bottom line for a certain period of time, but if you have that type of partnership and that type of mentality, they're going to bring you more business all day long. So one thing that I always had as common practice in our centers was we would always check probably on a monthly, maybe a quarterly basis, the intervals, hourly interval call arrival, right? Just to see exactly not only, and then so let me take a step back. Call arrival in terms of number of calls offered in an interval or in an hour interval, right? Specifically in the mornings and in the afternoon at the close of shift. So opening and closing of shift. We would correlate that with agents logged in, so login time, average handle time, the different metrics. We would see exactly, hey, does it make sense? Over the past 3 months, you've only had 2 phone calls. The first hour, right, at 6 a.m., whatever it may be, Mountain Time, which is 5 a.m. Pacific Time, and people just aren't awake. They're not calling that early in the morning. Now, granted, that's 8 a.m. Eastern, right? So, again, you have to take into account where the customers are at, but if you can go to a client and you're a BPO or even a call center, just an internal call center for that matter, and you can identify, look, they tell us we need to staff 8 agents. They're paying us hourly, by the way, which means they're on the phones. Whether they're available, not available, like whatever it is, taking phone calls or not, that client is paying you and you're making money. But if you're only taking 2 phone calls in that hour and you have 10 agents on and you're billing that client for that, it's just straight inefficient, first of all. And if you can go to them and say, hey, look, this is what we've seen. Last quarter, it made sense. We were receiving 20 calls in that interval. For whatever reason, this quarter you're down to 5 calls this interval, and then maybe next quarter, you see it drops down to 1 or 2 that interval. You can give them that feedback and say, hey, over the last 9 months, you've dropped drastically on your call volume. This first interval. What are your thoughts on closing the queue, or better said, opening that queue an hour later? Adjusting the times on websites, whatever it may be. And that way, you're saving that client 10 hours, right? 10 agents at 1 hour. You're saving, and especially if their bill rate is $25, you're saving them hundreds and hundreds of dollars every single month, right, or day, a week. And then obviously that turns into thousands, tens of thousands every year. It's big. That's a big partnership. If you can say, hey, I can save you tens of thousands in a year just by closing down this 1 hour, that's good partnership. That's good. Just overall efficiency. So obviously you need visibility into that. But same principle for weekends, right? Same principle for end of shift. Take a look at those end of shifts. Take a look at weekends, call volume, run it against agent staffed, available time, things like that, and get a good sense for if you need to adjust hours of operation. So there's the weekly wisdom, guys. If you haven't done that, try it. Right? Check it out and. Run it and see what it makes. Make good partnerships, and it'll, again, you may see a slight drop in your bottom line for a little bit, but look, in the long run, I would rather lose money on my bottom line than have ever a client see that and come to us and say, why didn't you notice that? And are you trying to, that we are wasting money and you're just scraping this to your bottom line? I'd much rather lose my bottom line and keep the integrity and win more work later with my partners every single day. So again, callcentercrew.com, weekly wisdom. hit us up. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.